Welcome to your gentle morning flow. This is a great class if you just rolled out of bed and you want to get the body to move and loosen up and you want to breathe and just feel a little bit more awake. So we'll get started, my friends, lying down on our backs. And you can choose here, depending on how your body's feeling this morning, choose between a classic shavasana with legs long, or maybe you'd like to explore reclined butterfly, bringing the soles of the feet together, allowing the knees to fall out. For some people, reclined butterfly is going to be way too intense straight out of bed. And for other people, it's going to feel amazing. So listen to your body and see what feels best legs long or Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly pose. Wherever you are, you're going to bring your left hand onto your heart, onto your chest, and your right hand on your belly. Close your eyes. With hands on belly and chest, allow your elbows to bend and to come to rest on the floor. And let's begin by taking a super deep inhale through the nose. As you're ready, take that big inhale in. Big, rejuvenating, energizing breath in, and a nice sigh, gentle sigh out the mouth. And one more time, take that long, energizing, nourishing inhale in the nose, and a soft sigh out the mouth. And then from here, with hands on belly and chest, only breathing in and out to the nose now. You're going to inhale and inflate the belly. So inflate underneath the right hand. Then once the belly is inflated, continue that inhale into the chest lift. Feel your left hand lift. And exhale, both come down at the same time. A long exhale out the nose. And continue like this. Inhale, inflate the belly, the right hand lifts. Once the belly is inflated, then the chest lifts, chest inflates. And on the exhale, both come down at the same time, deepening the breath here. Keep going at your own pace. Belly first, then chest, and then both lowering down together. So, very often, keep going like this at your own pace. Very often, the breath can feel shallow in the morning, can feel quite quick in the morning when we just woke up. So, we're taking a moment here to deepen the breath, to slow it down, to really get into the body, to connect to the breath. So, take your time here, taking those full inhales through the nose and exhaling fully as well. So when you exhale all the way until your belly pulls in slightly. And a few more like this. Keep going. And then from here, my friends, finish the round of breath that you are on. And then once you're done, option if you'd like, only if you'd like, to stretch your arms back behind you, stretch your legs, give yourself a nice full body stretch, a nourishing stretch. And then as you're ready, you'll bring your feet flat on the floor, fairly close to the pelvis. Feet parallel to each other, knees parallel to each other, and bring your arms in a cactus shape, 90 degrees in both elbows, palms facing up. We'll do some pelvis tilts here. And the way this works is on the inhale, You're going to tilt the pelvis forward, meaning that you're increasing the space between your lower back and the floor. You're arching your lower back. And then on the exhale, tilt the pelvis back, flatten the lower back on the floor, and lift the hips off the ground ever so slightly, just a tiny bit. It's more lifting the tailbone off the ground. Inhale, tailbone down, arch the lower back, pelvis tilts forward. And then on the exhale, flatten the lower back down, pelvis tilts back, lift the tailbone off the ground. Inhale, tailbone down, arch the lower back. Exhale, flatten the lower back, pull the tailbone off the ground. And keep going like this. Inhale, tailbone down, arch the lower back. Exhale, flatten the lower back, lift the tailbone off the ground slightly. And keep going like this at your own pace. Mobilizing the back here, mobilizing the spine, mobilizing the pelvis, gently waking the body up with movements. And then, as you're ready, come and pull your knees in towards your chest. You can pick what works best for you. Maybe you'd like to squeeze your knees in towards your chest, squeeze them in with both arms. Or sometimes I like to keep my knees at arm's length. So, placing my hands onto my knees and keeping my knees at arm's length. Wherever you are, whether squeezing your knees in or holding them with your hands, draw some circles here to massage the lower back onto the floor. I always really love this movement in the morning. Just drawing some circles with your knees, with your lower back, massaging the spine onto the ground. Continuing to connect to your breath here. So you can continue taking those full inhales in belly and chest, and then full exhales. Stay connected to the breathing. Then place your feet flat on the ground again. Bring your feet together to touch and knees together to touch. Keep your arms in a cactus shape here, 90 degrees in both elbows, palms face up. And we'll move through some dynamic twists here. So take an inhale here. And then exhale, drop your knees to the right, keeping the upper body centered, facing up towards the ceiling. Inhale up. And exhale, drop the knees to the left. And inhale up. And exhale to the right. Inhale up and exhale to the left. And I'll let you move here at your own pace. One breath, one movement. Inhaling up to center and exhale, dropping the knees either to the left or to the right. Keep going like this. Dynamic twists. Continuing to mobilize the spine gently here. And as you're ready, my friends, bring your knees back in towards your chest and roll onto your spine once to find your cross legged seated pose, Sukhasana. From there, elongating the spine, your hands can come and rest onto your knees. We'll find some very gentle neck rolls. Very gentle, very slow. So come and bring the right ear towards your right shoulder, dropping right ear to right shoulder. Then slowly, slowly bringing the chin to the chest. Keep the spine nice and long. So it's only the head that drops, not the spine. Then onto the other side, left ear to left shoulder. And then moving in the other direction. So bringing back chin to chest. And then right ear to right shoulder. Chin to chest again. Left ear to left shoulder. Chin to chest again. Right ear to right shoulder. Now bring your chin to your chest. Again, keep your spine long and come and interlace your hands behind your head, placing a little bit more weight into the head here. Elbows come in together to touch. Then on the inhale, opposite motion, lift the head, open up the elbows, open up the chest, look up here, maybe arching the lower back slightly. And then exhale, round the spine, pull the chin towards the chest, elbows come in to touch. Inhale, open it up, open the elbows wide, look up, arch the lower back. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, elbows come in together to touch. One more time. Inhale, open it up, open the elbows wide, look up. And exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, elbows come in. Inhale, open it up. Good. And exhale, release your arms. From here, a gentle side stretch. Bring your left hands onto your left side, onto the ground. Right arm sweeps over your head towards your left side. With the left hand, press into the floor as if you were trying to press yourself away from the ground. And the right arm reaches towards the left side. Take an inhale. And exhale, maybe come a little bit further into the stretch. Continue to press the left hand into the floor actively. Inhale, come back up to center. And exhale, right hand comes onto the ground. Left arm sweeps over your head and towards the right. Press your right hand into the floor to press yourself away from the ground. And the left arm pulls you towards the right side. So there's this opposite direction here. Right hand presses you away, and left arm pulls you towards the right side. One more time on each side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left hand onto the ground. Right arm sweeps over your head and towards your left. Option here, if you would like to come now onto the elbow of the left arm. If your elbow comes down, make sure your right glutes are still anchored in towards the ground. If your right glutes lift off, then you need to come back onto your hand rather than on your elbow. Reach a little bit further. And other side, inhale up to center. Exhale, right hand or right elbow onto the ground, left arm sweeps over your head and towards your right. If your elbow is down, continue to press that elbow into the ground like you were doing with your hand, but you're doing it with your elbow. Press into the floor and go a little further. Great. Inhale back to center. And on your exhale, find your way to tabletop position. Coming onto all fours, hands underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. A slight engagement here of the core, finding integrity in your tabletop position. Now, a few cat-cows on the inhale, arching the lower back, opening up your shoulders, opening up the chest, look forward, slightly up. And exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, drop the head, push the ground away from you. Inhale, arch the lower back, open the shoulders, open the chest, broaden the collarbones, look up. Exhale, drop the head, round the spine, push the floor away, look in between your thighs. 3 more like this at your own pace. Take your time, move slowly, move mindfully. And then when you are done with your 3 rounds, take your time, no rush. You'll simply find the child's pose of your choice. So a few options. Knees can be together or knees can be wide. Knees as wide as the mat, big toes together. So you can choose knees together, knees apart. And then arms stretching forward, or if your knees are together, you can also bring your arms all the way back and catch your feet. So choose the option that works best for you. Taking a few breaths here in your child's pose, closing your eyes, coming back to those full breaths, staying connected to the breath. And when you feel up for it, meet me in downward facing dog. Your first downward dog of the day. Make it special, make it count. It's a big moment. Okay, now separate your feet as wide as the mat, my friends, and walk your hands back towards your feet. Feel free to bend your knees on the way, finding a wide forward fold at the back of the mat. And then from here, heel toe your feet in to bring your feet hip width distance. Now, if a forward fold like this is a bit intense first thing in the morning, it always is for me, you have the option to bring your elbows on top of your thighs to kind of come out of the forward fold a little bit. So if you'd like to start there with elbows on thighs, please feel free. If your elbows are on your thighs, you can still release your head and your neck down. And wherever you are, you're keeping a generous bend in your knees, bending the knees and shooting the hips up towards the ceiling. Releasing the head, releasing the neck, relaxing here in this first forward fold, staying connected to the breathing always. It is completely optional, but if you do feel ready now, if your elbows are on your thighs, maybe you release your arms down and completely release the upper body towards the floor. Again, bending the knees generously and thinking of shooting the hips up. So don't really think of straightening your legs. Instead, only think of shooting your hips up towards the ceiling. Then from here, bend your knees even more and unroll the spine up to standing. Really taking your time, one vertebrae at a time, unrolling up. The head weighs very, very heavy. The arms weigh very, very heavy. Rolling all the way up. And then once you are up, maybe you'd like to roll your shoulders back once or twice. And we'll find a side stretch. So bring your feet together to touch. Inhale, sweep your arms up over the head. Now grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand and pull the right arm towards the left side, bumping your hips to the right. So hips bump to the right, encouraging, guiding the right arm towards your left. Now, if you would like, you can cross the right ankle behind the left ankle, behind the left foot, to go further into the side stretch. Take a big inhale. And exhale, come further into the stretch, feeling a nice stretch all the way from the right fingertips down the right side, all the way to the right foot. Inhale, come back up to center, uncross the legs, and then exhale, bump the hips to the left. Grab your left wrist with your right hand and encourage the left arm to move towards the right side. Option to cross your left foot behind your right foot. Take a big inhale here and exhale. Move further into the stretch, really feeling that stretch into the entire left side of the body, breathing into the left side. Inhale, come back up to center, stretch your arms up, and exhale, release. Great job. Come and walk to the front of the mats, bringing your feet to hip width distance, arms by your sides. Inhale, sun salutations here. Sweep your arms up over the head. And exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees generously. Inhale, come halfway up, elongate the spine, lengthen, tuck the chin. Exhale, bring your hands down and send the right foot all the way at the back of the mat. Drop the right knee, drop the right foot. Inhale, lift your arms up. You are in your low lunge pose. Breathe space into the front of the body here. And then exhale, hands down. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee off the ground. Inhale, lift the left arm up. You are in your easy twist pose. And exhale, left hand down. Bring the left foot back, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths in down dog. Now, as you're ready, nothing fancy, no need to lift the leg back behind you. Simply bring your right foot forward in between both hands. Drop the left knee, drop the left foot. Inhale, breathe space in the front body as you lift your arms up. And exhale, hands down. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee. Inhale, easy twist. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Turn the front body towards the right. Look up. Exhale, right hand down and step the right foot forward in between both hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, arms up, hands up, look up. And exhale, hands at the heart. Let's do this again. Inhale, arms up, look up at your thumbs, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come halfway up, tuck the chin. Exhale, hands down this way, this time bringing the left foot at the back of the mat. Drop the left knee, drop the left foot. Inhale, arms up, lengthen. Exhale, slowly, hands down. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee off the ground. Inhale, reach the right arm up, easy twist pose. Turn the upper body towards the right side. Exhale, right hand down, right foot back, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths in down dog. Now, nothing fancy, no need to lift the legs. Simply walk the left foot forward in between both hands. Drop the right knee, drop the right foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up over the head. Nice shoulder opening here. And exhale, hands down. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Turn the upper body towards the left. This is a twist, my friends. So twist the upper body towards the left side. And exhale, left hand comes back down. Step the right foot forward in between both hands. Inhale, lengthen, come halfway up. And exhale, fold all the way. Inhale in one piece, lift up, arms up, hands up, look up at your thumbs. And exhale, hands come in prayer. Take 3 deep breaths here. You can close your eyes. 3 nourishing, energizing breaths. All right, release your hands, open your eyes. Come and clasp your hands behind your back here. Interlace your fingers. Take a big inhale, open the chest, and then exhale, fold forward, maybe allowing the hands to travel up and over your head. Finding a nice shoulder stretch here. Releasing the head, releasing the neck. See if you can keep the palms of the hands together to really isolate the stretch in the shoulders rather than in the wrists. Then slowly inhale, come back up to standing. And exhale, release your hands. Great job. Feet are hip width distance. Inhale, sweep your arms up. The hands meet above the head. Look at your thumbs. And exhale, fold forward. Great job. Inhale, come halfway up. Lengthen the spine. Shoot the crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold. 2 more times. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Last time. Inhale, halfway up. Tuck the chin. Exhale, fold forward. Place your hands on the ground. Step both feet back to plank pose. Your hands are under the shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. Press your hands into the floor. Engage your legs. Lift the kneecaps. Building just a little bit of heat here in this plank pose. We won't be here for very long. Think of it as a way to energize the body, to wake the body up, to build some heat, to build some strength. Take a big inhale. And exhale, either knees down onto the floor or up, depending on how you're feeling. Squeezing the elbows in towards the body, lower down slowly with integrity, with strength. Once you're down, forehead on the floor, hands underneath the shoulders, 3 times baby cobra. Inhale, peeling the head and the chest off the ground without using the strength of your arms here. Keep all 10 toes grounded onto the floor and exhale, lower down. So again, we are not using your arms or your hands. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. So lifting as high as you can, but without using your arms. You should be able to lift your hands off the ground. Make sure your feet are still touching the floor. Exhale, lower down. Last time, inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Hands underneath the shoulders. This time, if you feel ready, you can go to full cobra. So you can use your arms and hands here. Press up. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the elbows squeezing in. Engage the glutes. Press the legs down. Press the feet down. Go as high or as low as you would like to go. Take a big inhale in your cobra. Exhale, twist to the right. Take a peek at your right heel. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Take a look at your left heel. Inhale back to center. And exhale, lower down. Good. Next, inhale, hands are underneath the shoulders. Press up onto your knees and find a wide child's pose this time. Big toes together, knees as wide as the mat, sitting your hips back onto your heels, draping the upper body forward, arms reaching forward, forehead on the floor, closing your eyes. Child's pose, a few deep breaths here. Come back to those full breaths. Think of it as, again, as every inhale is an opportunity to nourish the body, to energize the body, to wake the body up, to heat the body up. And every exhale is an opportunity to release, to melt, to relax. And then, as you're ready, take your time. Slowly, you'll lift the upper body back up. Bring your knees together. Shift your feet over to one side to place your feet flat on the floor in front of you. Extend your arms forward, lengthen the spine, palms of the hands are facing each other. Take a big inhale. And exhale, slowly lower down one vertebra at a time to lie down onto your back with feet flat on the floor. Feet are fairly close to the pelvis here. We'll move into half bridge pose. Feet parallel to each other, hip width distance, knees parallel to each other. Arms by your sides, palms face down. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, press your heels into the floor, shoot the knees forward, which is going to help you to lift your hips up. Engage the inner thighs. Imagine you had a big book in between your thighs that you're trying not to drop. Take a big inhale, lift even a little bit higher. And exhale, lower down one vertebra at a time. Take your time. We'll do this 2 more times. So take an inhale once you're down, and then exhale again. Press your heels into the floor. Think of shooting your knees forward, lifting the hips up. Once you're up, you have an option of interlacing your hands behind you onto the ground, behind your lower back, and then tucking the shoulder blades underneath you to open up the upper body as well, the upper back. This is optional. Take a big inhale wherever you are, and take a big exhale. Stay here. Inhale, open up more, lift even higher. Then exhale, if you are interlacing the hands, let them go, untuck the shoulder blades, and lower down one vertebra at a time. Once you're down there, take an inhale. And last time, exhale, press into the heels, shoot the knees forward, lift your hips up. This time, lift your arms up towards the ceiling, and then back behind you, palms facing up, arms resting all the way behind you. Big shoulder opener here. Inhale, lift even a little bit higher. See if you can press the back of the hands onto the floor, pressing actively. Lift even a little higher. And then on the exhale, lower the pelvis down, but keep your arms exactly where they are. So you're lowering the hips onto the floor, keeping the arms all the way back behind you. And then once you do reach the floor, then you can bring your arms forward, palms on the ground. Great. All right. Both feet are onto the ground. Cross your right leg over your left leg. Bring your arms in a cactus shape. So 90 degrees in both elbows, palms face up, right leg crossed over the left. Bump your hips to the right a little bit. So lift your hips up and shift them over to the right side. Drop your knees to the left in a supine twist, keeping both shoulder blades anchored onto the ground and looking over to the right side if that works for your neck. If the stretch is too intense, you can uncross the right leg as well. And breathing into your belly here. Anytime you're in a twist, you want to think of breathing into your belly, inflating the belly on the inhale and letting it go on the exhale. Enjoy the twist. This is our last pose before Shavasana. Take it all in. And then inhale, come back to center. Uncross the leg. Bring the hips back to center. Now cross the left leg over the right. Bump your hips to the left. Drop your knees to the right, looking over to the left side. Keeping the shoulder blades grounded into the floor. Noticing the different sensations in your spine here. Breathing. Very good. On the inhale, come back to center. Maybe you'd like to find a happy baby or squeezing your knees in. Any last pose you'd like to move into before Shavasana, by all means, feel free. And then as you are ready, you'll find Shavasana with your feet as wide as the mat at least. Arms by your sides, palms face up. So take your time to get there. If you are in a final pose before Shavasana, take your time, no rush. And then once you are there together, let's share a big inhale through the nose. Inhale. Take a big relaxing sigh out the mouth. Do this one more time. Deep inhale in. And deep exhale out. We'll stay in Shavasana for a couple of minutes now. I'll leave you in silence and I invite you to, like I said before, every time you inhale, it's an opportunity to nourish the body, to energize the body. And every time you exhale, it's an opportunity to relax the body, to release the body, to let any tension melt away. So keep your attention on your breath, thinking of nourishing and energizing on the inhale, and releasing and relaxing on the exhale. Very good. Now, closing the practice mindfully together, let's bring movement into the body again by wiggling the fingers and the toes. And then I'll give you about a minute here to do any last movements that feel necessary. Anything you'd like to do, maybe stretching your arms back or pulling your knees in, whatever feels good, to eventually lie down onto the right side of the body as if you were sleeping onto the right side. If you get there before me, once you're on your right side, you'll simply take a moment to notice how you're feeling. And to take it as a fresh start here. This pose symbolizes the renewal. It's the new person that we are after the practice of yoga. So, noticing if you feel any difference than at the start. And taking this as a fresh start. It's as if you were starting a whole new day. So, keeping your eyes closed here, if possible, slowly, lazily use your top hand to press yourself up to a seated pose, cross legged pose. Elongating the spine, reaching the crown of the head up. Now let's finish it off with 3 deep breaths. You can bring your hands in prayer in front of the heart if that speaks to you. And then from here, again, take a nourishing inhale in through the nose. Inhale. And a relaxing exhale out the mouth. One more. Inhale in, nourish. Exhale out, relax. Last time, take the longest, deepest, most nourishing inhale you can through the nose. Maybe hold the breath if you would like. Hold, hold, hold. And then release completely out the mouth. Going back to your normal breath. As you're ready, release your hands and gently open your eyes. I hope you feel nourished. I hope you feel awake. I hope you feel energized. I hope your body feels nice and loose now. Thank you for joining me on the mat this morning, and I hope to see you again very, very soon.